Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. So in today's video, I want to talk about the 9 book series I am determined to finish in 2026. I am a notorious mood reader. I always have been, and I fear I always will be. But to help me combat that just a little bit, I have made myself a list of 9 series that I have started and absolutely need to finish by the end of 2026. I have my little list here, so if you see me looking at it, that's why. But I want to start with the 2 that are not fantasy because, yes, I am primarily a fantasy sci-fi reader, but I do read a lot of other things as well. I do really enjoy a lot of other genres, and so I do want to start with the 2 series that do not fall within the fantasy/sci-fi category. The first series is the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. Now, this is a series that recently blew up all over Book Talk and Bookstagram and here over on Booktube. And I am grateful for that because I absolutely love this series. And if I did not find out about this from the Bookish internet friends, I would just be so sad because I love this series so much. I love Emma. She's absolutely hilarious. I thoroughly enjoy reading about her life, despite the fact that sometimes it is a little bit sad. But I have read the first 2 books in the series. I know that there's a total of 8 out right now, I believe. And I know that there's going to be upwards of like 20 in total. But my goal by 2026 is to read whatever is currently out. The second series is the Shady Hollow series. Now, this series is a cozy mystery series. Now, I'm not a big thriller fan, but I do enjoy a mystery book, especially cozy mystery. I'm huge on like cozy fantasy and things like that. So, cozy mystery is definitely for me. And this series is absolutely adorable. I'm almost caught up. I believe I have 2 novellas and the last book that's currently out in the series, but it is about basically forest animals pretty much, and there is a fox and she's a reporter and she basically goes around and solves crime that's happening in her little town of Shady Hollow, and I am very excited to continue with the series. I believe that this next book is going to take place outside of Shady Hollow, so I'm very intrigued to find out what happens. Now, the next 7 series, like I said earlier, are all fantasy/sci-fi, and I think I'm going to start with probably the most, well, I wouldn't say the most beloved. I feel like all of these are pretty beloved by their own individual fandoms, but I think that the one that I feel is the most beloved maybe to my viewers and the people that I typically watch is Throne of Glass. Now, I started Throne of Glass sometime last year, the year before that, and I made it through almost the entire series. I believe I have the last 3 books left. I have the 2 that, people say that you could read in tandem, and then I believe the last one, I think those 2 are the second to last or you know what I mean. If you read them in tandem, they're the second to last. But anyway, I sadly am not obsessed with Throne of Glass the way other people are, but I do want to finish it, especially now that Sarah J. Maas has announced her new book release at the end of this year and beginning of next year. I do feel like it is probably beneficial for me to finish Throne of Glass, seeing as how I've read all of ACOTAR and I read Crescent City. So I think that, the obvious next step is to finish Throne of Glass. Now, the next one probably comes to no shock to anyone if you watch my channel, but it is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I absolutely love this series. So I am absolutely positive that I will finish the series by the end of 2026. It's just, a series that I would like to finish and I wanted to put on my list. But I am on currently book 5 and I probably have about 3 hours left of the audiobook. So I'm wrapping it up quickly and then I will have the next 2, 6 and 7. And then there is currently talk of 8 coming out this year. So I believe there is a release date and everything, but those are the last ones that I currently have. And then I believe there's going to be 10 total. So I just want to get caught up on the series before the next book comes out. Now, this next one, I feel like it's kind of crazy that I haven't finished it because there's literally 1 book left in what's currently out, and that is the Stormlight Archive series. All I have left is Wind and Truth. Why I haven't finished this book yet, I don't know. Maybe it's the page count. I have no idea, although the other ones didn't intimidate me much, and I absolutely love this series, and I love these characters, and I want to get back to them, but for whatever reason, it's just not calling to me. It's that mood reader syndrome that like I said, I have, and it's sad, but it's true. So By the end of the year, that book will be read. I know that there are going to be another set of 5 books that come out. I don't know when they'll be coming out, but as of right now, all I need is Wind and Truth, and the Stormlight Archive series will be finished for me. So the next one, there are only 2 books currently out, and I've read the first one, and I would like to get to the second one just because it is a larger book, and I just kind of want to be caught up on it. But that is a Hierarchy series, the first book being The Will of the Many. So yeah, like I said, I read The Will of the Many. I loved it. I thought it was great, and I've heard mixed things about the second book, which I think is why I haven't like immediately gone to grab it yet. But hopefully, like I said, by the end of this year, it will be read. Now, this next one I started this year. I don't know why I did this to myself, but it is Game of Thrones, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I loved the first book, and like I said, cannot wait to read the next one. Like I keep saying with all of these, I cannot wait to read them. It's just that my mood reading self, for whatever reason, can never set a TBR. So here we are. I started Game of Thrones in January, I believe, and now I'm hearing talks of like I need to read the 2 novellas before I go on to read the rest of the series. So let me know in the comments below if that's true, if I should read Dance of Dragons, I think, and then the night one before I go on to book 2. But yeah, my goal is to read all of that by the end of 2026. Now this next one I've only read the first book of, and it's like an 8-book series. So I don't think I'll be too upset with myself if I don't complete the series by the end of the year, but I definitely want to get a good chunk of the way through, at least what I own. Like I own the next couple of books in the series, but that is the Sun Eater series. Like I said, I've only read the first one in this series, but I absolutely loved it. It was my first space opera, and currently the only space opera I've ever read. But I loved it, and I want to continue. And I've heard that the books just continue to get better and better, and that the like 7th or 8th book in the series are like people's #1 books of all time. So I'm definitely really excited for that. And now the last series is the Red Rising series. I've read the first 2, Red Rising and Golden Sun, and I need to read Morningstar, and then the second half of the series. It's kind of like a trilogy, and then there's like a gap, and then the second half of the series. So I need to finish those. I currently have Morningstar, Lightbringer, and Iron Gold. So I'm missing one in between there somewhere. And then I think there's another book that either is coming out or is out. So those are the 9 book series that I plan on finishing in 2026. And I actually really need to finish them because, like I said, I have this terrible thing that I call mood reading, where I cannot just sit down and continue a series back to back. I used to be able to do that when I was younger, but for whatever reason, as I've gotten older, it just doesn't happen for me like that anymore. And I hate it. I really do. But you know, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully in 2026, I'll be able to knock these all out. Like I said, leave me a comment down below about Game of Thrones and what you think. And then if there's also a series on this list that you think I just absolutely need to power through, please let me know. I know a lot of these series are so beloved by their fandoms, so I'm sure that people will have a lot of opinions, but I would love to hear all of your thoughts down below. I have not been so consistent with my content lately. I've just been working on Pour Over Prose, my pop-up, and it just takes a lot of time. Setup is very physically demanding, and afterwards I'm just kind of like mentally wiped. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and just post maybe 2-3 times a month, maybe on the weeks that I don't have pop-ups. But I will be posting. I will continue to post. Like I said, I know I haven't been super consistent on here or on Book Talk, and definitely not my Instagram, but like always, all the links are down below if you guys want to check any of those out. I think of all of my socials, I'm probably most active on TikTok, but anyway, if you guys want to see more of my content, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the little notification button, especially because I'm not the most consistent. It'll be good for you to know when I do actually post. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!